Recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
So we have seen that we are having three types of function module, right? Somewhere I have written here the function module is having normal function module, RFC, update function module. Let me write its description, right? So suppose this is your, we are having the function module, right? This we are having the function module. So function module we are having of three types, right? So one is, we are having three types of function module. Okay, so a normal function module, then RFC function module, and then we are having the update function module. Okay, this is normal or regular. This is also like we call the regular FM, and then this is the RFC enabled or RFC, simply RFC remote function called RFC FM. Okay, another type of FM is called the RFC, and then we are having the third one is called the update function module. Here also we are having four types of update: V1, V2, V3, V4. Okay, so there are four types of update. We are going to see V1 update, V2, V3, and V4. That's we will be not able to see. We will be able to see only the V1 update. That's the mostly important. Mostly we are going to use in our real-time scenario also. Though the update function module in real-time scenario you are going to use very less, like out of 100 times you are going to 2 or 3 times rarely. In some implementation project or somewhere you will have to achieve the LUW, logical unit of work, right? We have seen the DBLUW, right? Either everything or none. So if you have to achieve that concept, either everything or none, then only we go for the update function module. Sometimes to improve the performance, we use this update function module. I will show you with the help of an example. You will be able to understand how we can achieve the LUW. Okay. So normal function module, it can be called inside the system. This is one important point, right? Here pass by value plus pass by reference, both is fine, there is no problem. Pass by value and pass by reference, both is fine. If you go to the RFC function module, then in RFC function module you can call from same system or another system. Both is possible. In RFC function module, you can only have what? Pass by reference or pass by value? Anyone? Pass by reference or pass by value? In RFC function module, you can only have what? Pass by value or pass by reference? Please tell me or ping me over here quickly.
Pass by value.
Yes, in RFC function module, you can only have pass by value. Why pass by value? We have seen yesterday, because from one system to another system we don't have command over the memory address, right? So that's why this is the pass by value only is possible. Okay. In the same system, if you are in the same system, if you are going to add the destination none. Okay, destination none for the while calling the FM, while calling the FM, means RFC FM I'm talking about, in the same system, right? Then it will be called in a separate internal session or separate session. Okay, separates. So these are some important point you have to, if you understand it's okay. This is little advanced concept. Generally, uh, we don't require at least the third concept, the destination none, but these two you can use. You will be able to see generally in RFC function module you can only you have the pass-free value. The third one I'm talking about, generally destination none we use will have if we have to call in some separate session if our requirement is something like that while handling the error and all. So don't have to bother much, just try to understand this first two. Okay, here normal or regular it can be the first point, and here this is our second point. Okay, update FM. Update FM we can call in the same system. I'm not sure about the different system if we can call or not, need to be checked. Okay, but in the same system we can call. In normal function module we cannot call in another system, this is true. Okay, normal function module cannot be called from the another system. RFC can be called from the another and same system. Update function module, as per my knowledge as of now, we can call within the system, or I think from outside also, I'm not sure actually. I will check and update you, but from the same system we can call. So update function module is generally can be called from the same system. Okay, not sure about different system if it can be called or not. Different system, I will check and update here. Okay, so we are going to see in the same system, okay, how we can call, and till now I have used in the same system only. Okay, now update function module, this is used to achieve generally the SAP LUW, logical unit of work. Okay, and the third point is, sometimes we use from performance perspective also, from performance perspective also. Okay, so we'll see. Let's go to the system and we will create one update function module /n AC38. Sorry, the transaction to create the function module is AC37. So we'll go to AC37 Z. We already have many function module. We are going to copy this sum function module, and the same concept will be applicable for that internal table, everything. Okay, so see the name, as you have seen the name of this function module. Okay, update function module, the name of the function module, you can see here the update function module. So this function module is generally, this is the important point. Okay, so I was supposed to write either as a second or third point. Okay, so here this is generally used to update the database. Okay, update the database record, as its name suggests, right? You have seen that update function module. So we are going to use this particular function module to update the record in the database. So I'm going to create another function module because already available function module will not suffice our purpose. So I will have to create one, you know, update fm. Update fm. Click on this create button. Okay. And here we will choose some function module group, and here I will write the update fm, demo or example, something like that. Save it. Okay. Click on this OK button. I have already clicked. Okay, fine. Let's stop over here, and I will define now one requirement, and then we'll be better. We will be in the situation to call update fm. So first we will declare. First we will define one requirement. First we will see one use case, and then we will try to understand how it's going to behave. Update fm demo. Type executable program, click on the save button, local object. Okay. Now my requirement is that this is my program, right? And in this program, what I want to do, that I have to, I have one custom table. That's suppose I have a custom table, right? And for example, I have created many custom table. Let's go to SC11 and we will get some custom table from here. Z, MB, and F4 I will give. Let me see if I have some table. Z, MB 28. This is there. Click on this display button. Okay. Okay. So here you can see that I'm having this table ZMB28 employee text table, where all the employee description has been maintained in the different languages. Okay, the employee number one means employee number, what's the name of employee number one, or maybe some another, let's suppose it is having some address, right? So that address is going to get maintained in the different languages, or its name is going to maintained in the different languages. Suppose this employee name I have to maintain in different languages, so I'm just going to maintain. Okay, so this is the table. Now I have to update this table. Okay, I have to update this table. So we have the OpenSQL to update the table, right? So here you can see that I have the employee ID, right? And I want to update. Let me see how many records is already over here. Okay, number of entries we have to run it, and employee ID 1 is updated over here. I want to update the employee 2 in German language and English language, right? So how we generally do, I'm going to create one work area, right? So data, and then work area type, what? The table name, right? So because this table I will have to update, this particular table I have to update ZMB employee text table. So the same work area I'll have to declare. We know this concept, right? And then I'm going to prepare one internal table, or maybe let's have a single record update only, right? Now I'm going to prepare one data. So for the employee ID, right, I'll have to give the employee ID over here. So I want to here you can see the integer one, so it's fine. Single quote is not required. You don't have to give in a single quote, right? It's fine. WA hyphen and the language key. So first I would like to maintain in English language, right? So EN I'm just giving, and then WA hyphen. Let's suppose the second employee name I'm going to maintain. So its description is there. The second employee name is something like uh, you know let's suppose we are having the second employee name something like Ramdev. Okay, something like that. Now what I'm going to do that over here, uh, I'm going to update, right? So what we do for the update, we'll have to, write the open SQL statement, either modify or insert, because this is going to be a new record, right? So modify, right? Modify what? This particular table, Control C, Control V, from the WA, right? Pretty printed, check the syntax, okay? And then it is fine. Modify this particular table from this work area. So what will happen if this employee ID is not present? It will be inserted inside this table, right? So this is the what we follow. This is what we follow the step, right? To update. The same update can be called from the update function module. Same update what you can do, can do in the update function module, through the update function module, right? I will show you this one. Activate this one, activate it, okay? And just write here the commit work, right? Commit work, okay? And commit work we have to write so that it will make sure 100% that our record will be updated in the database, right? If you don't write the commit work, then also sometimes it will update, but just to make sure that it will not miss to update, it's better practice to write the commit work. So it's going to update. Okay. Now for the breakpoint over here, press F8 and let's observe. Okay. You can see the WA got prepared over here. Double click and the WA, right, employee 2 language key description got populated. Mandate will be taken care by the system itself. The current, what is the client 800, automatically the database abstraction interface will fill the 800 and then it will go and update into the actual DB table, right? Press F5, you can see the size of RC 0, that means it got updated, right? And commit work to just save the record into the database, got saved. Come over here and click on this content button, and now if you will see, the 2 will be there. You can see the English Ramdev is coming over here, right? Now the same thing we can achieve with the help of update function module, right? Same thing you can achieve with the help of update function module. The same code, the same scenario you can achieve with the help of update function module. Same scenario you can achieve with the help of local RFC or local normal function module also. So now you will ask if we can achieve, means if we're going to write the same statement, same you go over here in SC37, right? And I have one FM. I'm going to create one FM. So this name is the update FM. So click on this create. It's already there. I think we have already created it. So click on this change. Go into change mode. Somewhere I'm editing over here, right? And if you go to the source code and if you're going to paste the same code over here, right? As of now, it is normal function module. The name is update function module, but technically it is the normal function module. If you're going to select this update module, then only it will become the update function module. So as of now, just I'm trying to show you, in regular function module also you can achieve the same functionality. Okay, same functionality you can achieve in the regular function module also. Come over here in the program, right? So at 2 places I think we have called it, so just save it and here also activate it. It got activated now. I'm just trying to close the extra session. Okay, fine. Okay, so you can go into attribute and you can see the regular function module is there, and the same code I'm just going to paste it from there to here, and this function module I will call. Okay, and I will remove this code from here, and what I will do, I will click on this pattern button. Okay, and I will copy this function module and I'll paste it over here and I will call it. You can see that because no import parameter, no export parameter, no changing, no table, nothing I have given, right? Directly I'm calling this function module. So what it will do, it will just execute this code. Okay, because there is no parameter, so no problem, directly also you can call it. Okay, here I'm going to give the employee number 3, and here I'm going to give something like Balkrishna. Okay, just save it. So we are having the employee Balkrishna, right? And then Ramdev is already updated in the system. You can see here that there is 3 records only we are having. I'm taking now Balkrishna over here, and right, activate it and call that particular program. This is my program. Activate here also, put the breakpoint, press F8. Okay, and if you want to go inside, press F5. You can see that control has come into this particular FM, right? FM, you can see the control has come, right? And it will also do the, it will also do the same thing. The employee number 3 will be, employee number 3 will be updated now. So with the help of normal function module also I have achieved the same thing, right? You can see. But now I'm going to show you with the help of update function module how we are going to do the same thing. So let's go to the function module once again, go into the attributes. Okay, so regular I have shown you. Remote enabled module you can also do, and you can check it will work for remote enabled also. Okay, there is no problem. Okay, and in update module now I'm going to show you, and the first option. Okay, update module and the first option, start immediate, save it, check the option, activate it. So now it has become your update function module. So you remember one thing, that in update function module we don't write this commit work. Okay, in update function module we don't give this commit work. Remember this one. In normal function module you can give. In update function module, inside the update function module we don't give the commit work generally. Okay, why? The reason behind you will understand in a moment, right? Because generally we use this update function module to achieve the LUW, means either everything or none. Okay, at this point of time it would not be making the sense for you, but I will try to make you understand. Okay, come over here in this program, right? And here you can see the call function. This is the update function module. So you'll have to tell to the system that call in update task. Okay, so call function module, this in update task you'll have to write over here. Okay, then this function module will be called in update work process. Okay, this function module will be called in update function in update task, means update work process, asynchronously. What's the meaning of asynchronously? Okay, what's the meaning of asynchronously? What is the meaning of asynchronously, and what is the meaning of synchronously? Synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous and asynchronous. Okay, so now see here, if you're going to remove this one, okay, and if you see your normal function module called in the synchronous mode, normal function module or RFC function module, all these kind of function module get called in the synchronous mode. Okay, synchronous mode. Any question?
Pankaj, synchronous
Yeah,
mode is if the error records are came by the time it will skip and update it. Asynchronous mode, whenever the records are updated, by the time it will come any error, by the time it will stop there only. It is not updated next records.
right. Yes, synchronous means a step by step. Synchronous means a step by step. Okay, synchronous means a step by step. Okay, I will show you here. This function module is going to get called synchronously. Here I'm going to write some statement. Okay, or maybe here, yeah, or let me write here. I'm going to write some. Let me write something. Maybe test 1. Okay, and I'm going to write test 2. Okay, so like that I have written some statement over here just to tell you, like, just to explain about this synchronous call and asynchronous call. Okay, so here you can see that, when I'm going to call this function module, this is, I'm going to make this one as a normal function module, regular function module. Just save it, activate it, and I will show you. Okay, so put the breakpoint over here, press F8. Okay, you can see that when I press on this F5 button, and if you go back to so when I press the F5 button, the command has come to this update function module, and here also step by step it is getting executed, right? And again it has come back to the program, and then it is trying to display this test 1, test 2, and test 3 step by step. Test 1, test 2, and test 3. So this is, it was waiting, control was waiting to complete this function module first, then the control has come to this write statement, right? So this is known as the synchronous call. It is not like it has called this function module and it is not waiting to get complete this function module and it start executing the another statement in the program. If that is the case, then it is called the asynchronous call. I will show you in a moment. Okay, press F8 and come back. Okay, now if we're going to write this, in I will keep it this one for your reference. Full stop, give Control D to copy the existing code. Okay, Control D, D means duplicate. Okay, so now here ZMB28 underscore update underscore FM, I'm going to call in update task. So if we're going to call this one in update task, this must be your update function module. Just save it, activate it. So now I have changed from regular function module to update module. Now you will see the magic. Okay, it will not go inside this particular code. It will not go inside. Okay, activate this one, activate, put the breakpoint over here, press F8, and when I'm pressing the F5, you can see that it has not go inside this. I have pressed F5. What I have pressed? I have pressed F5. So it has not gone inside this function module, but in case of regular function module, it was going inside when you were not adding this in update task. So what this is called the asynchronous call. Okay, I have written by mistake synchronous over here. This is called asynchronous because that is getting executed parallelly in a different task. That means in a different work process. It is not the control, the program is not waiting to complete this particular function module. Okay, program is not waiting to complete this particular function module, and it has gone next. Okay, it has gone next. Press F8 and you can see that you don't know what happened with this. You don't know what happened with this. So this is known as the asynchronous mode. Asynchronous mode. Let me try to explain in a little different way. So it will be, because this is very important concept. Okay, so suppose this is your program, right? This is your program, and here I am having the report. Let's report Z test, some report I'm going to create, and here you have written some a select query or whatever. You have written some select query, you have written some modify or whatever, you have written some code logic. Okay, and after this you have written some call statement, call fm, and fm name Z, let's suppose Z update fm. This is the name of fm in update task. Okay, in update task, and then again after this you have some like write statement or whatever, some select statement, write statement, any kind of a statement. It can be select statement, any kind of program statement. It can be select, read. Okay, and here you are having the write statement. So the in the synchronous call, what will happen? The first, step by step, this one will execute, then this modify will execute, then if it is synchronous call. But here you can this three. So first, second and third, till here it is synchronous call, but as soon as program is countering this update task, system is seeing that this is a function, update function module, right? System will look that this is the update function module. So what system will do, that it will call it asynchronously. Asynchronously means parallelly. So by this way also you can understand. Asynchronously means parallelly. Okay, asynchronous means parallel. That's the also meaning of asynchronous. Okay, asynchronous means parallel. So what will happen, that this particular function module will be called parallelly along with this, the next execution will be in parallel. So now what is going to happen, this will be going to execute in a different work process, means in a different task. Okay, so come over here, and this will be a new session will be, you can understand like this, a new session will be opened. Okay, you can understand like this, a new work process will be opened. Okay, will be opened, and this task will be executed, means in a separate session kind of stuff. You can understand like that, in a separate session, a new session. Let me write it so it will be better from understanding point of view. A new session will be opened with this task, and this fm will start getting executed. Okay, that's the meaning. So one session is already there. So this is a different session you are having. This is running in a different session, right? And one session already is here we are having, in which this report is running. But if it is the normal function module, everything is going to run in the same session. Try to understand, okay? In the same session, okay? So this is the report session. Maybe I'm just going to tell that this is the report session for main report, okay? Main report session. We can write like this. Okay. So this is the main report session. This complete session is going to run, and this particular function module is going to be run in a different session because update task I'm using. If it is the normal function module, if it is the normal function module, it is going to be called, what I'm trying to tell it over here, that Control A, Control C, Control V, and here I'm telling that this is a simple function module. Okay, this is the normal function module. Okay, so maybe this is not your update function module, this is the normal function module. So in function module attribute, you have selected the normal function module. So call FM and some normal function module you have, or RFC function module. So RFC, so normal or RFC. In case of normal and RFC function module, what happens that generally it will called means in the same session. So here no extra session will be required. Here there will be no extra session. Okay, here there is no extra session if it is the normal. In the same in the same program it's going to be called. So the fourth statement here, in this case, it will wait to complete the third statement, then the fourth will be called. Okay, and it will wait for the fourth statement to call, then fifth will be called, and then sixth. Okay, so like that it will be the sequence step by step. But in the update function module here, if it is the update, so now a new session will be generated, and whatever the code you have written inside, those code is going to get executed parallelly with this chunk of code is going to this much code, it's going to this in this session, program session, and parallelly this code is means this particular function module is also going to get executed parallel. So parallel execution for this particular function module will take place. Okay, parallel execution. Hope it's clear for everyone. It's an important concept, just try to understand. That's why I'm a little focusing over here. Okay, so this particular function module is going to run in parallel. This particular function module is going to run in parallel. So maybe I can use this one and I can show this, and this is just both is running in parallel. If it is the running in parallel, means it is also known as running asynchronously. Running in parallel, right? Asynchronously means it is not waiting for the first one to complete. Running in parallel. Okay, fine. That I will copy this one and I will paste in our PPT. Control V, and the second one also. In the second one, this is fine. No parallel session. I will just, in case of normal or RFC, there is no parallel session by default. Okay. In case of normal FM, in case of normal function module, there is no parallel session. This is true every time. But in RFC function module, in RFC, there is no parallel session by default. If you want to call this RFC function module in parallel mode, means in asynchronous mode, there is a way, but we are not going to discuss that one. Okay, there is a way. With the help of that, you can write one extra syntax starting new task, and it is going to run in the parallel. So if you want to understand that particular things, I have created one video on the YouTube about the parallel processing. Okay, you can go and understand how we can call this particular RFC function module asynchronously. Okay, so from there it has been explained. Some 4 videos is there to run any program. That's a little advanced concept. So but you have to first understand the basic concept, get expert in basic concept, then you can go over there. Experienced people can go over there and can check. Okay, if you're able to understand the basic concept, fine. So come over here, copy this one, and paste it. Okay, maybe I will show you in those videos also.
Hello.
How you, yes.
So does that mean we cannot use this statement for normal and RFC, remote enabled function module?
For remote enabled function module, just a second. I didn't get actually your question. Just a second.
Okay.
So here you can see some videos here, the part 1, part 2. Like if you want to learn in more detail, you can go and check this parallel function module part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. There are 4 parts here. Yeah, it is the 4th one. Okay, you can go and check parallel processing in ABAP. Fine. Yeah, now please tell me your question. I didn't understand your question. What you were trying to tell. Yeah.
So can you go to the other PPT?
Yes. This is the PPT. Yes.
This one, other one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So can't we use in update task for standard function module and RFC function?
No. You cannot use. You must have to select this as a update function module. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
This particular attribute should be selected. Okay. Here this must be selected. Otherwise, it will give you the runtime error, or maybe it will not work properly. Okay. If you're going to select this regular function module, okay, and activate this one, and if we're going to call in update task, it's a possibility that it will give you in some dump or something like that. Press F8, press F6, and you can see it has gone into dump, right?
Yes.
So you will have to use as a update module. So runtime error it will give you if we're going to run in a update task. It is telling that if you non-updating function module called for updating. See, it is telling non-updating function module. That means the normal function module or RFC function module I have called for updating, because in update task edition I'm giving over here, right? Come over here, going to change mode, and you can see that in update task I have given over here, right? So now let's go ahead and
so can we run the update function module without using that key update task?
No, we cannot use. You must have to use this one. Okay.
Otherwise
it will behave like a normal. Otherwise it will behave like a normal function module. If we are going to use without in update task, okay, see, I'm going to comment this one, paste it, activate it. Okay, and if you come over here, this is the update module I have selected, but that particular edition I am not using in update task. Then in this case what will happen, that it will behave like a normal function module. Okay, press F5 and you can see that it is coming over here. It is behaving like a normal function module. That means synchronously it is getting called. Okay, synchronously it will getting called. So you must have to, use this in update task. Okay. Yeah, please tell me.
Okay, so if we want to debug the update function module, then we should not use in update task. Is that so?
Oh,
Or it is not
debugging
required for us?
for debugging purpose, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I will show you how to debug the update function module. Very good question.
Okay, fine. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, how to debug the update function module. It's important to know. I will show you how to debug. Okay, now let's see the use. Why do all this exercise like this? See, so asynchronously, if we're going to call, obviously your performance is going to be fast, right? But asynchronously only you can call when there is no dependency on two consecutive statements, or if there is an independent statement. Suppose whatever you have written the logic in this particular FM, that is not going to relate with the next statement. Suppose if you have written some read statement, okay, or some select statement, means the next coming statement should not have dependency on this particular FM, right? Then only we are supposed to use the asynchronous mode, right? And if there is some dependency, you will not be able to use the asynchronous mode, right? First you would like to get it execute, then you will be only try to execute the other one, right? Because there is a dependency. So if there is no dependency, then only we are going to run this particular kind of function module or any kind of things which is there in the in update task. If there is no dependency, then you would like to get run in the asynchronous mode, right? Now whenever you are going to call this update function module, generally update function module we call to such kind of a statement, modify or like modify, delete, update, right? So such kind of database update, some database update. So modify, delete, insert, right? Update statement is for the database update. So those kind of stuff we are going to do inside this particular function module, right? Those kind of update we are going to do inside this particular function module. Now what's the benefit? The benefit is that one thing is that it will run parallelly. If there is no dependency, you have to put in update task, then it will run parallelly, so it will improve the performance, right? Another benefit is that suppose there is a dependency. Okay, so let me tell you before this one important stuff, that whatever you have written the logic inside this update function module, okay, this modify statement, this logic we don't have to bother what you have written over here, particularly this modify statement, or so this is, let us suppose this is one update function module. You have some another one more update function module, let us say FM1, right? And you have some another FM like this. So everything will run start parallelly in a different session, right? In a different session, it will start running parallelly. Once it starts running parallelly in a different session, what will happen, that you have written this first modify statement in this update FM, right? So let me go here and I will open one more, Control V, right? So this statement will, what will happen if it is in update function module, this will go and sit in the update queue. Okay, there is a update queue, there it will go and sit. Update queue, there it will go and sit. Update queue, you know what is queue, right? Line, it will go and sit in a line. So this first, whatever the database related statement is there, So it will execute all this logic, and as soon as it will find this modify statement, it will put into the that particular no, sorry, this will, the complete function module will sit into the update queue. Okay, this complete function module, not this particular statement, this complete function module will sit into the update queue. Okay, come over here, and instead of this modify statement, I'm supposed to write the function module. Okay, this is going to be sit, this particular function module is going to be sit into the update queue. One important point, right? Once it's going to run, the first one, the second one will be put into the update queue, right? The second one will be put into the update queue. This one, the second FM is going to get put into this update queue. Now we are having the third FM. Let's suppose this is the third FM, right? So this is going to get put into the update queue. Okay, so this will be there in the update queue. So because 3 update function module you have used, and obviously there will be some different logic will be there in all this function module. So what I will do, that I will quickly create all this function module, okay, FM1 and FM2, okay, and I will show you. Okay, but before that, let me show with the help of single update function module how it's going to work, and then you can relate with the, then you will be able to better relate with FM1 and FM2. So all this function module is going to put together in a queue. Okay, this is your this is a queue, a single queue, one another queue we are having, right? And then we are having the another queue. Okay, this is the queue, update queue. Okay, now there is a statement called commit work. Okay, so in the main program you will have to use this statement. Once you use this statement commit work in your main program, what will happen, that this will start executing this update function module in a sequence. Okay, in a sequence it will start executing, right? So first this FM will be, first this will get execute, then this will get execute, and then this will get execute. Once the commit work will be encountered, then this particular update function module is going to be triggered in the sequence. Okay, in the sequence. So what I'm trying to tell over here, that in this main program, if you are going to write it over here, the commit work, right? So if we're going to write over here the commit work, what it will do, that this particular function module start getting executed. It will not execute until and unless it will encounter the commit work. Okay, we will see now. Come over here, and this is my this is the update function module. So to debug the update function module, you will have to use the external breakpoint. You can see there are 2 types of breakpoint. This is the session breakpoint and this is the external breakpoint. So generally we use for the synchronous debugging, right? Step-by-step debugging, we use the session. For the normal function module and all, I was using this one. But since this is the update function module and it's getting called asynchronously, I will have to use this particular external breakpoint, because it's going to be called in the different session, right? It's going to be called in the different session. Okay, activate this one, activate, because I have to activate, then only I will be able to put the any kind of breakpoint. So I will put the cursor over here and click on this external session breakpoint, so that breakpoint will be set now. This is my main program, right? Put the breakpoint over here. Normal breakpoint means normal breakpoint, this breakpoint. Okay, so normal or external, here you can put any kind of breakpoint, but in the update debugging you must have to put the external, then only it will stop over here. Okay, press F8 now, and now if you run this one, now also it will not stop over there. Okay, now also it will not stop over there. You have to do one settings. Okay, here I will show you first that it will not stop over there. Press F5 or F6, whatever you want. Okay, and click on this commit work. Right, you can see that there is nothing happening. Right, nothing happening. It didn't stop over there. Okay, so how to stop over there in that particular program? Just go back and run once again. Come over here and go to this settings. Click on this change debugger profile. What you will have to do, you have to go into the settings, click on this change debugger profile, click over here, and you can see over here one option, update debugging, right? So this is the option to debug the update function module or any RFC function module which has been called asynchronously. Okay, so just understand over here in a simple term, if you have to debug the update function module, the first point is what? First point is you have to put the external debugging. You have to set the external debugging in the update function module so that it will stop over there, and then you have to select this update debugging. Okay, click on the save button. Okay, now press F5. Okay, so you have seen the press F5, but still it has not stopped over here. Why it has not stopped? Right, the reason behind it has not stopped because this particular function module didn't yet start getting executed. When it will get executed? When it will encounter the commit work. Okay, so all the update function module gets started executing only when it encounters the commit work in the main program. Okay, got my point? So now if you press F5, it will trigger to execute this particular function module, and you can see as soon as I have pressed the F5, it has triggered this update FM, and my control has come over here because I have already put the breakpoint over here. Right, if you have not put the breakpoint, maybe it would not stop over here and it would have completed the execution. Okay, so now you can debug here step by step. You can debug over here, right? But this is in a different session. You can see there are two sessions of debugging has been there. One session is for my main program. You can see this is my main program, right? This is my main program, and another session is for the update debugging. This is for the update FM. So there are two sessions. Okay, let me close. Okay. No problem. Okay, no problem. Let's skip this session, because if you close those sessions, this will be also gone. So we must have to keep, but just try to understand over here. There are two different sessions. One is for update function module. This is actually my program. You can see this is my program. Here you can see this is my report. It is running in one session, and another we are having this function module in a different session. Parallelly it is executing, right? If it is not executing parallelly, it would have been there in a single session. Okay, so you can check with the RFC function module. You will not be having the different session in normal function module, or in normal function module. Check with the normal function module. Okay, in RFC function module criteria is there, right? 2 option is there. So check with the normal function module. With the normal function module, you will not be having the different session. Okay, only one session will be there. Fine. So you can see, and here it will now execute. Okay, fine. So now I want to show that in update function module how you have updated the data. Double click over here, or I have already opened in some other session over here, right? And I'm going to update the third number record only, but in German language. Okay, so in the German language, let us suppose this name Balkrishna maybe appear something like this, some different their script and all, maybe something like in a German language, means I don't know the German how it is, but let us suppose this is something in German language. It is going to, this description is there in the German language. Okay, activate it, and now we will see that how it's working for the update function. But just go back, press F8, main program. Okay, I'm pressing F5 or F6, both is fine over here. Okay, I pressed F5, and here once you click again, once you start F5 or F6 for this commit work, it will trigger this one. You can see it has triggered, and now it will modify the statement, right? And you can see that it has done. And now if you go and refresh this one, that the Balkrishna will be updated in a German language, right? So update function module, you have seen how it is working. What's the benefit of the update function module, right? Why we are doing all these exercises? To achieve the LUW, right? To achieve the LUW. If you want to understand this LUW concept in detail, you go through the video I have already created, because again, if I'm going to start all these things, this is the advanced concept, and you must have to be expert in the basic concept, then only you will be able to understand. So here we are having some freshers, they might be feeling difficulty over here, so the experienced person can go over there, or freshers also you can go and you can check those videos for the LUW. What is the SAP LUW? It is there nicely explained. Okay, so SAP LUW, you can just search with my name and it will appear. Okay, you can see the what is the dialog steps, DB LUW and SAP LUW. In detail, I have tried to explain over here, right? And you can understand from there. Okay, so LUW means the whole and soul is either everything should be updated or nothing should be updated, right? So that's the meaning of LUW. Come over here in the program once again. Okay, just to go back, and this is my program, right? And I will show you over here that how I'm going to achieve the either everything or none. Okay, now suppose this function module is there, some data is here, like we have written some code over here to modify this particular description in this particular table, right? This is a table which we are updating, correct? So I have called this function module, and now I have a scenario where I'm going to check, right, if that particular employee is valid or not. That code is written later. Your requirement is something like that. Okay, instead of you are not able to check before due to some restriction, you will get some scenario where before you are not able to check, but after you have the situation where you can check. So first you tried, if you have sent the command to update this particular database, but you are not sure whether this employee ID is the perfect employee ID or not, right? Or here this time I'm going to give the 4th number employee ID and description language English, and maybe here I will tell the Barack Obama. Okay, So activate this one, and I have sent the command already to update, but now I'm going to check whether this command is going to be performed or not. Like this particular employee ID is present in my master table or not. Okay, so what's the master table that for that particular table, right? /o sc11, go here, and Z employee is my table over here, right? So if that employee is present in this particular table, then only we are supposed to update, okay, in the text table. Let's define the criteria like this, okay? If that particular employee is present in my master table, then only I'm supposed to trigger that particular function module. So what I'm going to do over here, that I will search, select single star or whatever, right? Single star from control V. This is, sorry, this is my table name. I want to see that if the main employee is present in my table or not. Okay, control V from sorry, yeah, from I have already written into a work area. So I'm going to declare the inline declaration, right? So ls test, something like that I'm giving, where what the employee ID, right? So what is that employee ID? Let me see. Control C, control V over here, equals to which employee ID I have to check? Fourth, right? The same, the fourth number employee ID, I want to check it if that is present or not, right? Then only I will go, and what I will do, if size sub RC is 0, that means if that employee ID is present, right? Then what I will do, that I will, and if, and here I will write this else, right? So if that employee ID is present, then only I will use this commit work, so that update will take place in this update function module, because update function module will get triggered only when it is going to execute this commit work. Okay, else what I will do, that I will not execute this commit work, and then nothing will happen. Okay, or for the safer side, I will roll back work. I will write rollback work. Okay, if you are not writing this rollback work, there is no problem, because you are not executing this commit work, right? So rollback, what it does generally, whatever you have done the changes in the temporary memory of the database, it will roll back. Okay, it will not, just opposite of commit work. Rollback is the opposite of commit work. Commit work will save the changes into the database. Rollback will roll back. Rollback will revert the changes whatever you have done in the database. Petty printer, check the syntax, and some error is there. Okay, because I am using the inline declaration, that's why it is telling. So I will use, it's a new syntax. Okay, so here for the new syntax, you have to give the @. Okay, check the syntax now. So what will happen now, at the compile time itself, in the inline itself, this ls_test is a work area of type this table. Okay, this is the work area. Generally what we do, we use like this, right? Data ls_test type. So now gradually I will keep on moving to you towards where the new syntaxes and new OpenSQL. Okay, so generally we used to do like this, and in that case simply you'll have to give this ls test over here, right? Ls test over here, that's it. You don't have to write @data. But if you're going to write @data ls_test, you don't have to write this statement data over here. Okay, so pretty printer. So I'm going to use now the new syntax, means a new open SQL. Okay, so this I'm going to remove, and this data also I'm going to remove. So now onwards I will use this one. Please try to understand this concept. Activate this one, and now press F8 over here, press F8. Okay, and it has already called this particular function module in update task, but it will not start executing until and unless this commit work will trigger. So press F6. Employee ID 4 is there in this particular table or not. It is telling not present. This particular employee ID 4 is not present in this table. Then why to update its name and all in that particular table, right? So this is a valid scenario, correct? So here it will go and roll back. It will not do update for this particular 4, and it will not trigger your function module also. But here another commit work I have written by mistake. Okay, so because I have written by mistake, it will trigger. So what I will do that, I will just cancel this session. Okay, I will cancel this session so that it will not go and update. So you can see here in this table, you don't have the 4th number employee ID, right? That's why we are not supposed to update also, right? I want to cancel this one. Go here and click on this debugger session. Go here and exit application or continue running. No, don't choose this one. Restart. I'm going to use this restart. Okay, so now it would have not updated that one, right? Here come this update FM, right? It has not triggered. Close this one. I'm just going to close some extra session so that once again I can show you quickly, and we'll stop our session. Already it's 8:49. Okay, go quickly SE38 and go to this program. Okay, and the extra commit work statement, I will remove this here. Extra commit work I have given, this is not required. Okay, activate this one, activate. So the commit work statement is very, very important, right? You can see again, this is the 4, but this time, it will not do anything. Press F8 and it will not trigger. But if that 4 is present over there, just I'm going to present, but today I will not do that one. Tomorrow I will do, what I will do that I will put the entry into that particular table, this 4, just by simply going over here and utilities, go to table content, create entries, and I will put this 4 over here, right? And language key, maybe whatever, I'm not bothering about the language key, right? And oh, it's a text table. I have to make the entry into the, I want to make the entry into the what? The main table. So how I will do that, already how I will do. Utilities, table contents, create entries, and here click on this new entry, employee number 4, right? Only I will save this employee ID. That's fine. That will be sufficient. Save it. Okay, and it got saved. So now my employee ID 4 is present, right? You can see the employee ID 4 is now present. I've not maintained the name and all these things. I think this is the salary. Okay, this is the currency, or this is the age, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, weight, I think it's weight, because kg I have given 9,000 into 2 long 900. It's okay, save it. And now if we're going to run this one, just give me a second, I will show you. Now it will 2 minutes only. Activate, run it, and you can see when I'm pressing the F5, nothing is happening, but size sub RC is still 4. Why? 4 we have maintained, right? In this table we have maintained the 4, right? It's there in the 4, but why it's not showing? This 4 is there, right? ZMB28 employee, ZMP28 employee ID equal to 4. It is supposed to give size of RC 4 because that data is there, right? No problem. We will once again check quickly what's the problem. Let's test employee ID underscore 4. The data type, we will see what is the data type. Okay, character. You can see the data type is character. That's the problem. Okay, character is the data type, right? That's the problem. So what we'll have to do over here, put in a single quote, because the character generally here whatever the data type of employee ID is there, it should be there for the text table also, right? There also it should be for the text table, right? So if you go and see for the text table, this is the text table, press enter, and here in int one, that's the problem. Okay, but no problem here, because the character data type, it should be, sync. Z employee ID is here, then there also it should be the Z employee ID. Here I have given Z MB employee ID. It is not good practice. Okay, the same employee ID data type should be, data element should be given everywhere. But now it will work. However, select query was getting failed because it was a character data type. I was giving the integer data type, right? Press F8, and now if you see, press F6, and you can see that size of RC is 4, right? That means that employee is present in the main table, so you can update the description in the different table. Now press F5 and commit work. This time it will trigger, right? And you can see it has come over here, right? The 4th and Barack Obama will now get, now it will get updated over here. Currently it will not be there, right? There is no Barack Obama over here. But once you execute this statement, right? I have pressed F8, okay, and here also I will press F8. And now if you go and check that, press F8, you can see the Barack Obama has been updated, right? So that's the beauty of update function module. You can see you can achieve either everything or none. That means if you don't want to, if you don't want to go ahead, and if you don't want to update these particular things, right? If you don't want to execute the next statement, okay, then you can, you cannot trigger this commit work. Okay, so let's just stop over here. Sorry for that, I got delayed today also. We'll stop over here. If you have any question, feel free to ask, okay, or else we'll stop the session. Any question? No question. Fine. Okay, so I'm going to give you the assignment over here. Okay, so yeah, so the LUW concept I have been already explained over there. Please go through those videos, and try to understand the LUW concept. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. Okay, and nice expression. Thank you very much, Shiva. Okay, and the other people who is interested in to take the assignment, please be here. I'm going to open the assignment there, and I will show you. Okay, so I believe all other assignment you have completed. Okay, you don't have any problem. Others, you were facing some problem, right, in last class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the problem?
So one is the in subroutine I have to, when I want to paste the record using pass by value, then I am unable to paste that one. Pass by reference is correct. I have done that one, but in pass by value I have confused how to do that. So
In pass by value, it will work same as pass by reference. You should not get any problem over there.
Okay.
Okay, it should
Okay,
work in
sir.
a same way. Okay, try
Okay,
to
sir.
do once again. Okay, try to do once again. Okay, and here in update function module, I will not give more complex one. Just try to understand this normal function module, this table parameter, and all these things. The basic concept try to understand. This update function module is used rarely, in some complex project where you will have to achieve some LUW kind of concept, right? So
Okay,
generally,
sir.
as a fresher, you don't have to. Generally, they will not give you to work on this update function module and all. But if you want to do some practice, what you can do, it's optional, but it's good if you understand this concept. It's going to help you. Okay, so in update fm, what you do that convert the regular function module what you have created in the update fm, but in update fm, generally this update fm is used to update the database. So existing normal function module don't use, it will not work. Okay, create a function module. So I'm going to give one activity over here. So if you complete this exercise is important. Please complete this exercise. It's very, very important. This is optional. If you want to learn this concept, it's good. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Okay, and come over here and create one update function module with below statement. So I'm going to write one below statement. So what you will have to do, delete. You can write delete or modify whatever, or update also you can use. Update db table, give some db table which we have prepared, right? Some db table from the work area, right? So you can give some work area over here from the work area, right? So update db table from the work area. This statement you must have to give in your in your fm, and work area how to prepare, you know that how to prepare and how to update. This part you already know. So you have to create one fm and you have to write this statement and call this fm from the main program. You have to create one program, right? And in that program you have to call this fm. So how to call, call fm, give the fm name, right? And then in update task you must have to give the update task, then only it will be called. Okay, and just put the breakpoint. Learn this thing at least, just put the external breakpoint. Okay, and going to run the, where external breakpoint will have to put external breakpoint in fm. Okay, in fm, anywhere in fm means update fm, whatever update fm we have created, right? Update fm. So just put the external breakpoint in update fm. Okay, okay, and run the program, and do that setting. I have shown you that you must have to go into the debugger profile, and there you will have to select the update debugging, right? And once it will start, once it will trigger the commit work, then it will stop over there. So run the program by enabling the update debugging in debugger profile. Okay, so once your commit work gets triggered, then control will then one different session will be opened. One different session will be opened and gets a stop in update FM, right? Just try to absorb this one. Do this exercise. Okay, step by step. I have written it over here. Take the screenshot over here. Don't wait when I will upload over there. Take the screenshot. It's easy to take the screenshot. Click on the print screen, or you will be having maybe some option over there to take the screenshot in the GoToMeeting. So check if you have some option, or simply take the print screen, and please try to complete this activity. Okay, it's important to complete this activity in order to understand the concept. Okay, but this is the mandatory one. First, second, and third. Please complete the first, second, and third. Okay, and share with me. With this, let's stop over here. If you don't have any doubt, bye. Have a nice day. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.